Hey everyone, before we dive in, here's something really cool. You're listening to an episode created almost entirely by AI. From the script to the voice, this is part of the AI Takeover series by Blockchain DXB, where we explore what's possible when humans hand over the mic to machines. There's little to no human involvement, and that's what makes this episode so powerful. Welcome to the future of content creation. Let's get into it. This episode is powered by Amana, the region's first and fastest-growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. Whether you're looking to invest in U.S. stocks like Apple or Tesla, or MENA giants like Adinoc or Salik, Amana puts the financial market at your fingertips. You also get access to gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, and commodities. With over 375 assets to choose from, they've got the largest crypto selection in the region. And listen, guys, if you want to build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day and want to automate your investing, just set your monthly budget, choose your preferred categories, and let Amana do the rest. No fees, no lockups, and 100% customizable. Even better, funding your account is frictionless, and funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even your crypto wallet. No friction, no hassle. And if you get stuck, Amana offers 24/6 real human customer support and personalized sales assistance. Because you're part of the Blockchain DXB community, you get an exclusive offer. Register with the code BlockchainDXB and make at least one trade to receive a $100 trading bonus credited to your account the following month. So what are you waiting for? Download the Amana app now. The link and code are in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB is proud to be the official media partner for one of the biggest blockchain events of the year, the Blockchain Futurist Conference. For the first time ever, North America's leading crypto event is heading to the United States, taking place at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Alongside it is ETH Women, happening simultaneously. Expect multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, tech demos, metaverse experiences, and more, all under one roof. It's where the smartest minds in blockchain, crypto, and AI will converge. Get 25% off tickets by using the code DXB25. And yes, I'll be there with exclusive live coverage, behind-the-scenes interviews, and spotlight features on groundbreaking projects. Mark your calendars, November 5th and 6th, 2025. Visit futuristconference.com and use code DXB25. Link is in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB has two more interesting partnership news to announce. First up, with Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Surge 2025. Blockchain DXB is an official media partner of Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Surge 2025. Future Blockchain Summit is one of the biggest and oldest blockchain summit taking place in Dubai, going back to almost a decade, 2017 to be precise. The event takes place between October 12th to 15th at Dubai Harbor. This is where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. 250 plus world-class speakers, 1,200 plus investors, live demos, product launches, and the exclusive invite-only GITEX Digital Assets Forum, all under one roof. From Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI, and DeFi, this event brings the entire ecosystem together. Startups, this is your launchpad. Get in front of top VCs, accelerators, and industry leaders. For blockchain and fintech companies, this is where connections turn into partnerships and dreams turn into exits. Register today at futureblockchainsummit.com. Don't just watch the future unfold, own your space in it. Remember, Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Surge 2025. The registration link is in the show notes below, and see you at Dubai Harbor. Second partnership news kicking off from today is with the leading Bitcoin event organizers on this planet. And this year, Bitcoin Asia is taking things to another level. Bitcoin Asia are hosting a massive gathering this August in Hong Kong, and Blockchain DXB is proud to be an official media partner of Bitcoin Asia 2025. Taking place this August in Hong Kong, Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering, where builders, investors, and innovators meet. It's really an honor for Blockchain DXB to be associated with Bitcoin Asia. Now at this event, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump. He will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential, its role in global finance, and Asia's massive impact on adoption, and a lot more. So listen up, guys. From infrastructure to regulation, privacy tools to lightning development, Bitcoin Asia connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets. And as part of this partnership, you can register for the Bitcoin Asia using the code DXB. All the detail are in the show notes below. If Bitcoin's in your blood, this is your event. So, register today at asia.btc and don't forget to use code DXB for 10% off your tickets. Bitcoin Asia 2025, Hong Kong is calling. Be part of the future of Bitcoin. Next up, Advanced Media is the largest distributor of professional video, photography, cinema, and broadcast accessories in the Middle East. They represent over 100 major brands, including DJI, Hasselblad, Red, and Rode. The mic I'm using to record this? Sponsored by Advanced Media. But what really sets them apart is their commitment to purpose. People, planet, and prosperity. That's not just branding, it's their actual business model. They've partnered with SAE Institute in Dubai to offer scholarships to students pursuing a bachelor's degree in filmmaking, each worth AED 50,000. They also run regular workshops, training programs, and tech showcases across the region. For more info, visit amt.t, that's amt.tv. Finally, let's talk about something every crypto investor should take seriously: security. And that's where Ledger comes in. Ledger is one of the most trusted names in crypto security. Their hardware wallets, like the Nano S Plus and Nano X, keep your assets safe by storing your private keys offline. That means you're protected against hacks, malware, and phishing attempts that can compromise online wallets. The company is headquartered in Paris and is constantly innovating. Their team works with world-class security researchers and regularly tests their own products for vulnerabilities. It's why Ledger wallets are used by millions around the world. Using a hardware wallet isn't just smart, it's essential. If you're serious about crypto, it's time to stop relying on centralized exchanges or browser wallets. Click the link in the show notes to order your Ledger wallet and support this podcast at the same time.
Welcome to The Deep Dive. We're the place you come to get past the headlines and really understand what's going on. Today we're looking at money. But not just the usual stuff, cash or cards. Money is changing, going digital in ways we couldn't have imagined just a few years ago. There's all this buzz around digital currencies, and that's our focus. We're doing a deep dive into the Digital Dirham. That's the central bank digital currency, the CBDC, that the central bank of the UAE, the CBUAE, is launching.
Yeah, and we're not just guessing here. We've got the source material right in front of us, a really comprehensive policy paper and a primer, both straight from the CBUAE. So we get a direct look at their plans, the policy choices they've made, and how far they've actually come with this. It's the real inside story.
Exactly. And our mission today is to break it all down. What does this digital dirham actually mean? Why is the UAE doing this now? How's it supposed to work? And, maybe most importantly, what could it mean for you? We're aiming to cut through all that noise and give you insights you can actually use, maybe even have a bit of fun along the way. Okay, so we said money's evolving. Let's get right into it. This digital dirham, what is it really? Is it like just another version of Bitcoin or something totally different?
That's the key question, isn't it? It's fundamentally different. The digital dirham is the UAE's official central bank digital currency. Think of it literally as a digital version of the physical dirham notes and coins. The most important thing, it's legal tender. It's issued directly by the CBUAE, the central bank. So it's a direct liability of the central bank, just like physical cash is, or the reserves commercial banks hold.
Okay, so it has that official backing, like actual cash.
Exactly. Full trust, full backing of the CBUAE and the government. Functionally, it's built for instant settlements and to be really accessible across the whole payment system. Now, comparing it to something like Bitcoin, Totally different worlds. Bitcoin and other cryptos like it are private, often really volatile. Even stablecoins have their own structures. The digital dirham isn't like that. It's stable because it is the dirham. It's fully integrated, interchangeable one-to-one with cash dirhams or dirhams in your bank account. No wild price swings. It's just money,
Right.
but in digital form issued by the authority.
Right, that makes sense. It's
Yes.
not a separate asset class. It is the national currency. So then the big question,
Yeah.
why? Why does a country like the UAE, which already has a pretty advanced financial system, need its own digital currency? What's the upside for them or, for us?
Well, it's definitely a strategic play. There are quite a few reasons driving this. A big one is just making the whole payment system work better, payment system efficiency. The idea is to seriously cut down payment costs and make settlements happen instantly, not just for when you buy coffee, but for big wholesale deals, even payments across borders. It could really simplify things.
Instant settlements across borders. That sounds huge.
It is. And another really powerful driver is financial inclusion. This is about bringing more people into the formal financial system. A digital dirham that's easy to access could really help people who don't have bank accounts or don't use banks much, especially in the UAE with its large expatriate population. Think about remittances.
Yeah, sending money home.
Exactly. This could become a much cheaper, faster way to do that, making sure the benefits of digital finance reach, well, pretty much everyone.
That's a really significant social angle, too, then. It's not just tech for tech's sake. What else?
Then there's the whole area of monetary stability and making policy more effective. Having an official digital currency helps future-proof central bank money, basically. It keeps public trust in the national currency strong, even as things go digital. Plus, it might help monetary policy work better by getting more people using the formal payment system and maybe lowering the costs of handling physical cash. It strengthens the foundation.
Okay, future-proofing, that makes sense.
And this is where it gets really exciting, I think. It's about boosting the digital economy and driving innovation. The digital dirham isn't just for payments. It enables stuff like tokenization.
Tokenization, right, that's turning assets into digital tokens.
Exactly. Think real estate, art, anything. You could own a fraction of an apartment represented by a token, settled instantly using digital dirham, and smart contracts.
Programmable money, I've heard about this.
Yes. This is a game changer. Money that isn't just passive value, but can have rules built in. Imagine government aid that can only be spent on groceries, or funds for a building project that automatically release when certain milestones are verified.
Wow, that changes how you even think about money.
It really does. It becomes an active tool. And looking outwards, this is also about global positioning. Offering super efficient, cutting-edge payment systems helps cement the UAE's place as a major financial hub in the region. Maybe even globally. It strengthens international ties and trade. It's a signal,
A signal of innovation, yeah.
Definitely. And finally, but critically, security and compliance. It's designed from the ground up to help fight financial crime. Built-in features for AML, anti-money laundering, CFT combating the financing of terrorism, and KYC, know your customer. The goal is secure, compliant transactions.
Okay, that's a really comprehensive set of reasons. It paints a picture of a very deliberate strategy.
Yeah.
So how are they actually putting this together? What's the tech? What are the design choices behind this massive project?
They've made some really specific choices. First off, the distribution model. It's intermediated.
Intermediated, meaning?
Meaning the CBUAE, the central bank, is the only one issuing the digital dirham, but they aren't dealing directly with every single user. Instead, licensed financial institutions, that's your banks, your exchange houses, even fintech companies, they handle the distribution. They manage the user wallets, process the payments, do the customer service bit. It leverages the existing private sector infrastructure and expertise, which is smart.
Right, so the central bank isn't trying to become a retail bank itself.
Precisely. On the tech side, it's a hybrid wallet-based system built on distributed ledger technology, or DLT. It combines aspects of account-based systems, like your bank account, and token-based systems, more like digital cash. And all the transactions get recorded on a permissioned DLT.
Permissioned, okay, so controlled access.
Yes, not a public blockchain like Bitcoin. This ensures transactions can't be altered, that's immutability, and it allows for strong privacy controls.
Okay, but that brings up the privacy question, right?
Yeah.
How do you balance keeping user data private with needing to prevent, illegal stuff, especially on a ledger?
That's the tightrope walk, absolutely. They're aiming for something called pseudonymity. It's kind of like cash, in a way. Your personal identity, your PII, isn't actually stored on the main ledger itself. That data is held by your wallet provider, like the bank or fintech.
Ah, okay, so the ledger shows transactions between pseudonyms, not names.
Sort of, yes. But, and this is crucial, the system does have built-in digital identity checks, KYC protocols, and traceability. So if suspicious activity is flagged, authorities can follow the trail and link it back to an identity through the wallet provider. It's about finding that balance. Privacy, but not absolute anonymity that could be exploited.
Got it. That makes sense. What other key design choices did they make?
Two really important ones for stability. First, the digital dirham is non-remunerated.
Meaning it doesn't pay interest.
Correct. No interest. This is a big policy call. It encourages people to use it mainly for payments as a means of exchange, not as a place to park all their savings. This helps protect the role of commercial banks, stopping everyone from just pulling their money out of bank deposits.
Right. Prevents draining the banks.
Exactly. And second, there will be holding and transaction limits. These can be adjusted, and they're often linked to your regular bank account. They've designed these clever systems, they call them waterfall and reverse waterfall mechanisms.
Okay, what do those do?
Basically, if you need to make a really large payment, bigger than your holding limit, the system can automatically pull the extra funds needed from your linked bank account to complete the transaction seamlessly. And vice versa, if your digital dirham wallet gets too full, excess funds can flow back to your bank account. So you're not really restricted in daily use, but it prevents huge destabilizing amounts sitting purely in digital dirham wallets.
That sounds pretty practical. Gives flexibility without breaking the system.
Yeah. And just for context, other places thinking about CBDCs have talked about limits like maybe 3,000 in Europe or perhaps 10,000 pounds to 20,000 pounds in the UK. We'll see where the UAE lands exactly. Oh, and a couple of unique things worth mentioning. They're planning for offline availability, so maybe it could work even without an internet connection sometimes, and specific access for non-residents, which is pretty tailored to the UAE's role as a global hub.
Offline capability would be very useful. Okay, so with any huge project like this, especially in finance, there've got to be risks, potential downsides. They've obviously thought about mitigation. But what's the thing that keeps central bankers up at night with CBDCs? What's the biggest perceived risk here?
Yeah, you're right. They've definitely been proactive about identifying risks. The one that gets the most attention, probably the biggest hurdle globally, is the risk to financial stability, specifically bank disintermediation.
That's the fear of people pulling money out of banks, right?
Exactly. The worry that everyone will suddenly move their savings from commercial bank deposits into the super safe digital dirham. If that happened on a massive scale, it could hurt bank profits and maybe even reduce their ability to lend money, which impacts the whole economy.
So how are they tackling that big one?
Well, those design choices we just talked about are key mitigations. The fact it pays no interest is huge. Why keep massive savings there if it earns nothing? And the holding limits with those waterfall mechanisms also directly address this. The CBUAE actually ran simulations, and their results suggest the impact would likely be pretty modest. They estimate the digital dirham might eventually make up around 5% of what's called M3 money supply. That's a broad measure of money.
Only 5%.
Okay. And they also point out that the UAE banking system generally has plenty of liquidity, sort of excess reserves, which gives it a buffer to absorb some deposit shifts if they happen.
Okay, so they feel they have handles on that. What else?
Well, there's the potential impact on monetary policy operations. But since it doesn't pay interest, the impact is expected to be minor. They'll likely just need to make some operational tweaks, like in how they forecast liquidity needs and manage the lending facilities for banks. Fine-tuning, mostly.
Right.
Then there's a different kind of risk. Financial inclusion versus digital exclusion. While a goal is more inclusion, there's a risk that people without good digital access or the know-how to use digital tools could actually get left behind.
That's a real concern. How do they plan to address that?
Their main strategy here is public education, planning extensive financial literacy campaigns to teach people how to use the digital dirham safely and effectively, encouraging everyone to participate.
Good. And the obvious one, cybersecurity.
Absolutely. Cybersecurity and operational risk. A central bank digital currency system is a very attractive target for cyber attacks. So mitigation involves massive amounts of security testing, constantly updating defenses. But interestingly, there's a flip side. The digital dirham system itself could actually boost overall resilience. If the traditional payment systems ever went down because of, say, a technical failure or an attack, the digital dirham network could potentially serve as an alternative way to keep payments flowing, a backup plan.
Ah, that's a clever point. Adds resilience.
Yeah.
Okay, they seem to have thought through the risks quite carefully. So where does the project stand today? Is this all just planning, or have they actually started rolling things out? Any tests?
Oh, they've been very busy. Phase I has already hit some major milestones. A really critical one was getting the legal basis sorted. Federal Law No. 54 of 2023 came out in October 2023. It officially amended the central bank law to define digital currency as legal tender. That's the foundation.
Legal tender status? Check.
Yep. And then a huge moment.
Yep.
In January 2024, the first digital dirham was issued as actual legal tender.
Wow, okay. For what?
Specifically for a cross-border payment using Project mBridge. The CBUAE was a key player in developing mBridge. It's now seen as the world's first operational platform using multiple CBDCs from different countries for cross-border payments, real central bank money, instantly across borders.
That's cutting edge.
It really is. And commercial banks actually started using mBridge for real value transactions in April 2024. So that part is live.
Impressive. What about using it within the UAE retail stuff?
Yes. They also ran a real value retail pilot in 2024, and they tested 4 really interesting kind of futuristic use cases to show the potential. First, fractional ownership of tokenized assets, letting everyday investors buy, say, a small piece of a property using digital dirham for the settlement, makes complex assets more accessible.
Okay, like we talked about earlier. Cool.
Second, a smart tourist wallet. Think about visitors coming to the UAE. This wallet could offer them programmable money, maybe funds gifted for specific things, but also things like instant VAT refunds directly to the wallet and easy currency exchange. Big potential boost for tourism.
Instant VAT refunds. Tourists would love that. No more paperwork at the airport.
Exactly. Third, smart social benefit payments. They did a pilot with the Ministry of Community Development. Food subsidies were distributed using programmable digital dirham. This meant the ministry could ensure the funds were spent only on approved items, and they could track the distribution and usage in real time. Much more efficient and transparent.
That's fascinating. Real control and accountability for public funds.
Yep. And fourth, parent-child sub-wallets. Letting parents set up wallets for their kids, load allowances, and even use smart contracts to set rules on where or how the money can be spent. Great for financial literacy.
That's a great idea for teaching kids about money.
So yeah, really practical tests. And behind all this, they've built the necessary infrastructure, a specialized DLT platform for issuances up. They've onboarded the banks and financial institutions needed. They even have a prototype digital dirham app for people to use.
They've covered a lot of ground already. Those pilots really show what this could look like day to day. So what's next? Where do they go from here?
The plan is a phased rollout. They'll introduce the digital dirham gradually for retail use, for wholesale, for cross-border, step by step. That seems to be the common approach globally. Don't rush it, learn as you go.
Makes sense.
And they'll be doing continuous monitoring and collaboration, keeping a close eye on what other countries are doing with CBDCs, learning lessons, and working closely with government bodies here, with the industry, and importantly, with international partners, other central banks, especially for making cross-border payments work smoothly.
So constantly learning and adapting.
Exactly. And, the governor of the CBUAE, H.E. Khaled Mohammed Balama, summed it up really well. He's emphasized this isn't just a tech project, it's a strategic initiative. It's about shaping the future of finance in the UAE, making payments better, supporting stability, boosting inclusion, and really strengthening the dirham's role internationally. It's a long-term vision.
Wow. Okay, what a deep dive that was. We've really unpacked the digital dirham, the why, the how, the potential, from making payments faster and cheaper to opening up finance for more people to these really cool use cases like programmable aid or instant tourist refunds. It's clear this is much more than just digital cash. It feels like a building block for a whole new kind of digital economy the UAE is constructing. Really impressive stuff.
It absolutely is. And maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Try to imagine that future for a second, where money isn't just static value in an account, but it's programmable. It can execute instructions. Think about getting that VAT refund instantly as you leave a shop, or social benefits arriving that are designed to be used exactly as intended with full transparency. How could that kind of programmability, that kind of direct link sometimes, change your everyday life? Or even how we interact with public services. It goes way beyond just tapping to pay.